Dodge your foot up. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, you get it
up. And then he goes,
Alright, next time I'm just gonna fucking not even touch her. See how it goes. Here it happened. Bonk.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't
I
too
didn't
much.
even see him, eh?
Yeah. So it's normal. See how you're slightly in front of him?
Yeah.
So this is quite normal. So I would say you're in a good spot there to approach. You're in a good spot to approach too. So it's just normally when you're on your back butt, if you cross that center line, then you know he's on this side.
Yeah.
So he should be on this side.
Yeah.
But what I generally do when I'm on my back, I'll get off and I'll look around, I'll look up, I'll look here, I'll look everywhere, because sometimes people fuck it and they're up here and they need to float back down onto the level and then come in, and other people end up going a little bit higher, so they're coming down onto level. So on the back when you're approaching, it's always good to kind of check out where every cunt is and where they are, look around and then start coming in. Check this thing. Good work checking rig butt as well,
I
eh?
was looking at was Mason, hey?
I'm like, thanks, Brendan. Got all this spare space.
I'm like, feel your hands. I'm trying to do this thing with my hand, and I'm like,
I thought you were saying, come here.
yeah, and I'm like, take my strong hand.
And then it wasn't until after.
What the kind of fucking signal's that? Jesus Christ.
Once
you put it in
you did that, I went, oh, mate.
Yeah. Because why don't you just point your hand first, you dickhead?
So cup the right.
Just feel, cup the right, see what it's like. Because as soon as you cup the right, so when I look at you, most of the time your torso is facing slightly away from us, so your body's facing towards us. So it's like you're almost in a constant left hand turn away, but so you have to counteract with the knee or something. Whereas you're looking over at us. So if you want to look over the shoulder, so that way you're coming in and you're gonna stay in a close proximity, essentially. So I don't like saying your arms are good where you're not using them. It's a fucking good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's extremely good. But yeah, you want to be up that slightly bit more as well. So ideal head level is going to be around here. Because otherwise behind, I can tell now because the head's slightly up. But controls are good. You're fucking smooth, not wobbling, not bumping. So it's extremely good. Yeah, great exit again. I'm going to swap you two guys on exit tomorrow, or do you want to swap on this last one?
Yeah, but I don't want to come with it.
Yeah? Cool, so much better. I can see you controlling with the legs heaps more and really focusing on that.
So much going through my head, man. I fucking end up doing my heading again. I was
Shut
up, just fly, man. Fuck.
What are you thinking?
Just legs, feet, arms, fucking head, man. Just going shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
Get in
just
there.
fly. Yeah. Because that's
Because I'm trying to stop doing what I was doing before and do the new thing, and you're doing that again. No, you're not. Now you're feeling like you fucking fuck.
just self-abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's...
I think it's going quicker too, so I've got to be quicker on my fucking decisions to get down, right?
Yeah, for sure. But that's a good thing. I like to overload sometimes, so you do start having to think about it a lot more. But as you're saying yourself, the thing you now need to do is just quieten the mind.
Yeah.
So quieten the mind and start noticing, because what can happen is if you're trying to do something like legs, and then you kind of build that mentality of expectation rather than experimentation, rather than like, what does this do? Yeah, cool. Rather like, fuck, just you son of a bitch.
That's how it's going around.
Yeah. Cool, so it's slightly back more here. Just that little bit more forward. Much better with the hips, but hey, a lot better with the hips.
My feet felt better. Like,
Yep.
I kept thinking about it. Legs. Hey, Brendan.
Fucking have a look at the head on it.
I'm trying to
That was his smile, Mason.
It's alright. I noticed when I was tracking off on the other jump, I'm going, what are you doing, mate? Pulling a weird faces before I pitch. Cool. So you two boys are flying really nice and smooth, hey? If I could say, Brennan, now a little bit more, try and straighten that whole body. So same as when we're carving in the tube, how your body is nice and straight. And then you'll find you don't have to use the legs as much, the arms as much. The I don't like saying stiff or tense or anything, or rigid, but it is. The body's a bit more rigid, and you're able to kind of control it as one surface area, one fucking thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a really horrible fucking... my brain's starting to not work.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get what I mean. After you do this, and after you guys do start stiffening up, essentially, I'm going to then tell you to relax again. It's fucked, but what my intention is because it kind of unlocks you into a more straighter one wing kind of position. And then once you're in that position, I'm not going to tell you to go and relax and go limp. I'm going to tell you to kind of take that tension away, but stay in that position. So now rather than being rigid, you're in the position of rigid or straight, like you can see just here, but you're now in that position and relaxed. Yeah, so it's just taking the tension away rather than kind of flying in a floppy position.
No, never.
Yeah, going, absolutely killing it. So if I could do another picky one here, see this position you're in here, really good. If anything, you want to have that head back like you were when you were approaching, like this. And when you're tracking off, you want to maintain that without doing this. See how you kind of bottomed out? Because what's happening now, you're starting to plow through the air rather than cutting through it like a knife. So you're kind of bottoming out. So all the wind is hitting on the back of the rig rather than the top of the head and then spilling over. So it's kind of like you're doing a delta track rather than straight through the air like you're normally flying.
What do you mean by a delta track, Mason?
So a delta track is if I draw, so I'll take this away, I'm going to spin it around. So if we use the horizon, that's like a delta with the arms. So imagine the belly flying.
Yeah.
Compared to something like that. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Compared to something like that position. Yeah. So the wind here is going to be flowing over the top, and this is a back flyer. That's a belly flyer. Yeah. So a belly flyer could be the same. Like this here is more of a efficient tracking position because the wind's going over the back of the rig as well. Whereas if you started kind of like bellying out and he's pushing the hips right forward, then the wind's going to be really ploughing into it. It's going to be more falling straight like this rather than flying like that. And that's essentially what's happening when you start doing backtracking like you found this morning. You're kind of flying more like, if I'm going to draw it sideways, kind of more like that on the back. Rather than, as you can see both of you guys now, you're starting to fly a lot more up like this.
Which is exactly what you say for us to do in the
Yeah, same thing. Cool. So how about we swap you two on exits now? Just give you a different go. And that way you can have, you're on the other side now, and you're on this side, so it changes it up, yeah? So you're going real nice and close. Come and dock. Yeah. Lets you go on this. Come and hold a dock for like 2-3 seconds. Yeah, have you held docks before?
Not like for 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah. Try to hold it for as long as you can. Yeah. Try to hold it for as long as you can. You'll find once you dock, you'll dock and then it'll start slowing down. So you'll have to really, once you get that grip, you'll really have to start flying with those legs. And even when you go to present, because your arms are back here, you'll go to present, you might float up. So it's starting to really get you to control, being enabling you to put your hand into the wind and flying with that grip and the arm down. The other one might have to compensate. You might have to switch the legs to like one leg up, one leg down. So like more of a daffy or something like this. So it's just kind of getting your body able to fly in different positions with a grip and not having to worry about it being rigid or anything like this. Or even if we have that little bit of positive pressure into each other, that's good as well, because if you push into me, I'll push into you. But if you kind of come up and then go flop in to start dragging us, that's where you need to start accelerating. So you'll find you will have to accelerate a bit more when you get that grip. Cool. Sweet. Let's